Well, everyone, iOS 18.7 and iOS 26 both came out at the exact same time last week, and it's been about a week, and you might be wondering which particular version of software should you go ahead and install. Should you install iOS 18.7 right now, or should you go ahead and install iOS 26? Now, I've told you this before, I'm going to just say this over and over and over again because I think it's so important. There is probably nobody out there where I would recommend installing iOS 26 right now. Now, the only people I would recommend keeping and installing iOS 26 or updating their version of iOS 26 are basically the people who have an iPhone 17 or have an iPhone Air. Those iPhones already come pre-installed with iOS 26, you have no choice. So just update iOS 26 version on that iPhone. But for everybody else, if your phone supports iOS 18.7, it automatically supports iOS 26 for the most part, except if it's a 10 or a 10s and 10s Max. I would highly recommend every single person to just go through and install iOS 18.7. That is going to be a way more stable version of software, and it's going to be giving you a much better type of experience on that type of device rather than something like iOS 26. The main reason for this, from a stability standpoint, from a capability standpoint, you're going to be able to get a much better type of experience on iOS 18.7 when it comes down to that stability standpoint, but especially when it comes down to the security, using a phone on an everyday basis, battery life state, situation, you are going to be getting a much better experience inside of iOS 18.7 right now than iOS 26. Now, the benefit is that if you go to iOS 18.7, you can always upgrade to iOS 26. But if you immediately go up to 26, it's much harder to go back down to iOS 18.7 unless you made a backup or something like that. So that's kind of what I'd recommend thinking about. I would highly recommend if you're going to go through and install a version of software, I would highly recommend iOS 18.7 over iOS 26. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that will mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.